Welcome to the 20-minute prenatal yoga flow. We'll begin in a seated position on our mats, but if it's more comfortable for you, you can sit on the edge of a bolster or a pillow. Wrap your hands around your baby, gently close your eyes, and take a moment to connect with your baby. As you breathe in and out through your nose, imagine that you are breathing around your baby, providing a calm, soothing environment. Then gently blink your eyes open, place your hands on your knees, and start moving your torso in a big circular motion. This will look and feel different depending on where you are in your pregnancy, so just take what feels good. Feel free to get your shoulders involved, but make sure that your hips stay grounding the whole time. And switch direction. Inhale when you pull your heart forward, and exhale when you cave your chest. Make your way back to center, and reach your arms out by your sides so your fingertips barely touch the ground. Then reach your right arm up and overhead as you sink into your left palm. Keep your right hip grounding, and use your breath to create space along your right side body and between your ribs. Then come back to center and switch sides. Reach your left arm up and overhead with your left hip grounding. Breath full and deep to create space. Come back to center and make your way to a tabletop on your hands and knees. For a gentle cow pose, drop your belly slightly, pull your heart forward, and lift your chin up. Then for a cat back, round your spine, hug your baby in, and tuck your chin. Linking breath with movement, inhale cow pose, belly drops slightly, chin lifts. As you exhale, cat back, round the spine, tuck your tailbone, tuck your chin. Again, inhale, cow pose. Exhale, cat back. And keep that going, one breath, one movement, or feel free to add any other movement or variation that will serve you right now. When you're ready, meet me in downward facing dog. With a little bit of a wider stance today to make room for your belly. And continue experimenting with movement and motion to help warm up your legs and lengthen your spine. Now take a walk up to the top of your mat, and anywhere in the first half of your mat is fine. Separate your feet mat distance nice and wide. Generously bend your knees to fold forward from your hips, let your head hang heavy. And let your smooth, deep breath travel up and down your spine so you can release tension with each exhale. To add a chest expansion, interlace your hands behind your lower back, press your knuckles up to the ceiling, Let your head hang heavy once more, and find your deep breath. Now release your hands, tuck your chin. With a bend in your knees, slowly unroll all the way up to standing, hugging your belly in all the way up. And when you rise, reach your arms overhead for a mountain pose. Be mindful that you're not dumping into your lower back, so anchor your weight down evenly through your feet, tuck your tailbone just slightly. With your belly hugging in, stand tall through the crown of your head. Now grab onto your left wrist, turn your left palm up, and lean over to your right side. Just lengthening out your left side body. Then come back to center and switch. Grab onto your right wrist, turn your right palm up, lean into your left side. Then come back to center, and for a mini back bend, bend both elbows open like a cactus and lift up through your heart. Keep your tailbone pressing forward so you're not dumping into your lower back. Inhale back to mountain pose, arms up. As you exhale, forward fold, hinge at your hips and bend your knees at any point to soften this fold. Set up a halfway lift. Slide your hands up your shins and press your heart forward, finding a nice long spine. Inhale, then exhale, forward fold, and let's go one breath, one movement. Mountain pose as you breathe in, come all the way up. When you reach the top, grab onto your left wrist, dive to your right. Inhale back to mountain pose, switch grip. As you exhale, dive to the left. Inhale back to mountain pose, then mini back bend as you exhale, lift up through your heart, elbows bend open. As you inhale, come back to mountain pose. As you exhale, forward fold all the way down. Halfway lift, find your flat back as you breathe in, hands slide up your shins. Then forward fold as you breathe out and really fold. Again, mountain pose, come all the way up. Then grab your left wrist and dive to the right. Inhale back to center. Exhale, grab your right wrist and dive to the left. Inhale back to center. Mini back bend as you exhale. Come back to mountain pose, inhale. Then forward fold as you exhale. So keep it going with your breath. Halfway lift on your breath in, flat back. Then forward fold as you breathe out. For one more halfway lift, nice long spine. Then forward fold. Now sit back into a chair pose with your feet still nice and wide. Reach your arms overhead and sit deep enough that you can feel the muscles in your legs firing. Take a big inhale. As you exhale, reach your right arm back and left arm forward. Gentle twist through your upper body as you stretch through your reach. Next inhale, back to chair pose, both arms overhead. And as you exhale, reach your left arm back, right arm forward. Inhale back to chair pose, both arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Hinge at your hips, come all the way down. One more halfway lift, lengthen. Then this time, toe heel your right foot closer to the center of your mat and step your left foot back, setting up for a warrior two. So spin your left heel down and slowly rise as you reach your right arm forward, left arm back. Sink into your hips and keep your right knee tracking open. And throughout these warrior postures, keep your belly hugging in. So for extended side angle, take your right forearm to your right thigh and reach your left arm overhead. You're welcome to take a traditional variation, but this modification will help you focus on keeping your core engaged and your belly pulling in. Using that core engagement, find reverse warrior. Reach your right arm high, legs stay the same as you lengthen your right side body. Big inhale. Exhale, cartwheel both hands down to the mat. Gracefully step your left foot forward for a halfway lift. Inhale. Exhale, fold and step your right foot back. Spin your right heel down and rise up, open up into Warrior Two, arms reaching front and back. Take a peek down, make sure your left knee is tracking open, shoulders are soft but your arms are strong, and baby is hugging in. From here, set up your extended side angle. Take your left forearm to your left thigh as you reach your right arm overhead, lengthen through your whole right side body as you spiral open and lean back. Stay strong and calm. For Reverse Warrior, reach your left arm high. Breathing in and out through your nose as you lengthen your left side body, maintain that deep bend in your left knee. Big inhale. Exhale, cartwheel both hands down to the mat, step your right foot forward into your wide leg fold. Halfway lift as you breathe in. Meet me in downward facing dog. From your down dog, separate your feet mat distance and walk your hands back, setting up Malasana, a deep yogi squat. So feel free to splay your toes open as you sink your hips down. And if you want to modify this pose, you can always sit on the edge of a bolster or a pillow to make this more passive. Whether you choose to have your hands at heart center or hands down on the mat for support, keep lifting up through your heart so that your spine is nice and long, and relax your jaw, tongue, and shoulders so your pelvic floor has a chance to soften. Then release your squat, walk your hands forward, come back to downward facing dog. Then mindfully step your feet all the way through and take a seat on your mat with your feet out in front of you, hips grounding. For a seated figure 4, walk your hands back to support you as you place your right ankle on your left thigh, just below your left kneecap. Flex your right toes back to protect your right knee from any torque. And ideally, you're feeling a lot of sensation in your right hip and glute. Be mindful that you're not dumping into your lower back, so stay lifting through your heart as you roll your shoulders open. And if you want to take it a little bit deeper, just walk your hands back so you can drag your left heel in closer. Then when you walk your hands in towards your hips, keep lifting through your heart. Close your eyes and connect breath with sensation. Now walk your hands back, release your right foot down and switch sides. Place your left ankle on your right thigh, just below your right kneecap. Keep your left toes flexing back and lift up through your heart so you're not dumping in your lower back. If you did so on the other side, take it a little bit deeper by walking your hands back, then drag your right heel in a couple inches. Walk your hands towards your hips and lift up through your heart. And gentle release. Bring the soles of your feet together and pull your heels in really close towards your hips as your knees come open. Walk your hips out from underneath you and hinge forward so that your spine is nice and long. But you're not folding forward just yet. Keep lifting up through your heart and focus on relaxing your inner thighs. And if this feels really good, stay here. But if you do want to fold, then take extra space between your hips and heels. Walk your hips out from underneath you. First, hinge forward from your hips and then fold forward like you're trying to touch your forehead to your heels. Relax your shoulders. Soften your jaw. As your breath travels up and down your spine, allow your hips to soften so your whole body can give into gravity over time. Then slowly rise. Take your feet flat on the mat, knees bent, plant your hands behind you, and either just lift up through your heart as you roll your shoulders open, or to take it one step further, lift your hips up as well, tuck your tailbone up slightly, knees press forward, shoulders roll open. Then take a seat on your mat, lower down to your forearms, and come to lie down on your back and set up happy baby. Grab onto the inner or outer edges of your feet, or your ankles or the backs of your knees. Feel your lower back lengthen as your hips ground down, relax your shoulders. And feel free to add a little bit of movement like wiggling side to side, or take any other posture that serves you before we seal off the practice with the final Shavasana. And when you're ready, release your legs and make your way to your final Shavasana with your feet falling open. Place your hands on your baby with your eyes gently closed. Allow your breath to fall back into its natural rhythmic state in and out through your nose. As your body relaxes into place, begin to visualize all the beautiful moments ahead of you. As your baby develops in your belly, as your body prepares for a calm, gentle birth, and the moment that you get to hold your baby for the first time in your arms. The moment that a baby and a mother is born. Slowly and gently begin to roll over onto one side. Using your hands, press yourself up to seated. And place one hand on your belly, one hand on your heart, connecting to the baby and the mama within. From the mother and the baby in me, to the mother and the baby in you. Namaste.
And that's it for today's routine. Well done, Mama. If you don't know me, I'm Sarah Beth. I'm a certified yoga teacher, certified prenatal yoga teacher, and I'm pregnant with my second. So I know just how important it is to maintain a healthy, active lifestyle throughout pregnancy. Even a couple minutes of yoga a day can have a huge impact on your health and well-being throughout your pregnancy, throughout your labor and birth experience, and especially during your postpartum experience. So I'm giving you access to my 5-minute prenatal yoga stretch. It's safe and effective for all 3 trimesters, so you can get on your mat no matter how busy you might feel or how tired you might be. So click the first link in the description of this video, enter your name and email, and I'll instantly send you the quick 5-minute prenatal yoga stretch, and I think you'll love it. Now before you go, don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel for new uploads every week. Click like and comment on this video to let me know that you're here. Thank you so much for inviting me into your practice. I'm so excited to continue to grow together. I'll see you next time. Bye.